Hey, yeah, travelers, hope you all are doing amazing. This is Swapnil, your travel advisor, right here to discuss few travel destinations, few spirituality destinations, and finally coming to a point that is called enlightenment. So today is the day 16 of our vlog. I'm not being consistent, yes, but I'm being continuous. So the topic for today will start with a few minutes of silence and meditation that I'll be performing. So just allow me some time. Let's take a pause. Patience leads to purpose, and the purpose for life or a maqsad for life is very important. Purpose for life. Namaskaram, travelers. Let's discuss Uttarakhand today. Uttarakhand has been a very special destination to me because Uttarakhand is kind of a destination. When I was in my college days, I didn't have a lot of money to travel, but Uttarakhand always had options with that lesser money. A lot of connections in Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhand has always been a very welcoming destination. So maybe it is a living place of Shivji. So Shivji has always been very welcoming to me. How much I show you some places. So Rishikesh, Haridwar, and post which all the Panch Kedar and all the Char Dhams of Uttarakhand. Apart from that, some of the other very small villages like Gurgam, Mana, Oli, and many other Chopta. All these small villages, they are like very much into Shivji's and Vishnuji's dedication. They have a lot of ancient stories with them. And also there are very small temples like Bansinara, and apart from that, the Saptarishi temple, the Yogmaya temple. So it is actually Devbhoomi where you can get in connect with a higher state of consciousness through the stories and through the architectural left, like what is the remaining, like the intellectual remaining, like the infrastructure and the deciphered knowledge is kind of a medium from which we can understand their perspective, and we can just take a control of our breath, and we can just know the other part of the universe from which we are running this. So Uttarakhand, if you are planning a vacation, like cover the Uttarakhand's major part. So the major places where you can be at is like Dehradun or Haridwar or Rishikesh, from where you can start your vacation. So just reach India's capital and North India's hub, Delhi. From Delhi, it takes around 4 hours to reach Haridwar, or 1 hour more to reach Dehradun, 4 to 5 hours to reach Dehradun. So there's a mountain. West of mountain is called Doon, and east of mountain is called Dwar. So towards the west of the mountain, it is located a very nice city, city in a valley where you can see all the mountains around, beautiful places like Mussoorie and a lot of hills around, and you are located in a very safe valley. So Dehradun is very beautiful, and same way is Haridwar, from where Ganga is flowing. So Dehradun is towards the west of the mountain, that's why it is called Dehradun, and Haridwar is towards east of the mountain, that's why it is called Haridwar. So Hari is based on like philosophy that Hari, it is like going towards Hari. So this is the Dwar, the doorway towards Hari. So once you reach Haridwar, it is around 30 to 45 minutes from Haridwar to Rishikesh. So Rishikesh is the first beautiful place of Uttarakhand. So whenever you see a rishi or a sage, the most beautiful part of a rishi are his eyes and his kesh, like the hairs. I don't have it, but a rishi, whenever you see a rishi, a very beautiful, even any of the rishis we see in our Puranas, we listen in our Puranas, we see in our TV shows. So they have like very beautiful kesh. So the Rishikesh is like the most, if the India is a Rishi, then Rishikesh is the kesh of the Rishi. Like it is the most beautiful part of a Rishi. If supposedly whole India is a Rishi, then Rishikesh is the kesh of that Rishi, the most beautiful part. So that's where we define Rishikesh. Rishikesh has very beautiful place called as Tapovan. Once you reach Tapovan, Rishikesh is the yoga capital of the world, Yoga Nagari. So once you reach Tapovan, there are 3 chulas, like Ganga is crossing, and in order to cross the Ganga from one bank of the Ganga to the another side of the bank of the Ganga, so you need to use 3 different bridges. One of them is Ram Chula, one of them is Lakshman Chula, and one of them that is newly made is Janki Setu. So you can use priorly Lakshman Chula and Ram Chula were mostly used. Lakshman Chula was mostly used for only walking purpose. Ram Chula was mostly used for the bikes, and no cars and nothing were allowed on that side of the river. And that side of the river has some different vibe in it. Once you reach that side of the river, you will just find different cafes where you can just explore yourself, you can discover yourself through different ways, through the teachings they are given there. So Paramath Niketan is ashram, visit Paramath Niketan ashram and understand the philosophy on which the sages and the saints and the bhakti and everything is working there, and doing nothing, just sitting behind Ganga, just hearing the flow of the Ganga is a way to enlightenment itself, because Ganga's water is like getting merged from more than 10 to 12 different regional waters, and eventually all the rivers are carrying different medicinal factors, and once they are merging, they are like creating a very positive co-inference of like very nice water, the mineralistic water, which is very good for life and which can fight a lot of your viruses inside. So that's why Ganga is very sacred in Hinduism, and not in Hinduism. If we live in India, Ganga is a lifeline in India, especially in the North India, not that North India, but right from Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, in between it is like Bihar and Jharkhand. So all of these places, especially Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal, Ganga is a lifeline of these all states. So we will also talk about the formation of Ganga, how it takes place, and finally Bhagirathi, if right from the center Bhagirathi comes, and from the left Alaknanda is coming. So Alaknanda and Bhagirathi merges and a new river is formed, that is Ganga. So whenever 2 of the rivers are merging, so the river which would have the higher water volume compared to the another one, that will take the name of the new river. But here Bhagirathi and Alaknanda both were similar in the quantity of water, so they had to give a new name, and the new name was decided as Ganges. So we also call it Ganga. So once we just start the Ganga from just at the point from Alaknanda and Bhagirathi is merging, so this place is called Devbhoomi. So once you start your trip from Haridwar, so Haridwar is a point from where finally Ganga is ending its journey of mountain, and just before entering into the plains, this is the last place, like this is the last place of the mountain. So at Haridwar it is the starting, the doorway. From Haridwar you go to Rishikesh. Rishikesh is the first destination place of Ganga, and very beautiful vibe, like for everyone, right from 18 years of age to right from people who have already left the world, or in real world from 18 to 75, whoever can travel, Rishikesh has experiences offering to everyone, right from good accommodation, right from amazing attraction, spiritual, natural, everything, all the type of attractions are available, good food is available, lot of activities to indulge in, like you can go for a river raft, and the best activity is doing nothing, just spending your leisure time near Ganga, listening to all the aartis that are simultaneously taking places at different ashrams, different mandirs. Go to the Tera Manzil temple. Phatik shivling is there, like a shivling made up of ice, like the ice that get compressed just because the density is so high. After so many years, so many thousands of years, it gets compressed and finally it gets more of a stone rather than ice, and that stone is like, after that it takes the shape of a shivling. So that is not handmade, that is nature made. So if nature has made it, nature has reason for everything. Nature runs on a reason because it has a reason because it is looking for production, it is looking for survival. So nature does anything without any reason. It is just that we either know or we don't know. So moving up above Rishikesh, we'll just find all the Panch Prayag where all the Rishikesh Ganga, where not Rishikesh, but where the Ganga is like at Devprayag, Alaknanda and Bhagirathi are merging and forming a Ganga, and that point is called Devprayag. So above that, Alaknanda is like Ganga, but the Ganga is not yet formed. It is like Alaknanda and Bhagirathi, 2 different rivers. So Alaknanda is a major river that is coming. So Alaknanda, after that there are 4 more Prayags where Alaknanda is merging from different rivers. One of them is Sonprayag is Mandakini. Just like the Mandakini is the river coming from Kedarnath. So Kedarnath, Badrinath, Yamunotri, Gangotri. From all these 4 glaciers, 4 rivers are coming, merging from Alaknanda. And again, all these 4 places have name, like one of them is Sonprayag, Vishnuprayag, Karnaprayag. After that, once you come to the 5th point is from where Alaknanda is merging from Bhagirathi. That is finally Devprayag. And from there you start your journey and of Ganga. And Ganga from that Devprayag, Ganga flows till Bay of Bengal, and that is 5,500 kilometers of parikrama. So like Ganga is like such a life-giving river. Like it has medicinal properties. It takes more space. Sometimes it gets flooded and it brings new soil every year, new soil. Just because Himalaya is a soft mountain, so the water rush, just because of at the slope the water rush is high, so it brings a lot of new soil every year, because of which the agriculture takes place, and like it is like that made India 70% dependent upon agriculture. Like the Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, this Jharkhand area, apart from this West Bengal area, all these places where Ganga is flowing, they are very much high in resources. Either when we talk about like agriculture, or we talk about the sand, or we talk about the small particles that we found from water, like sand, or we can say what we call as balu. Sand, we can say sand as balu. We can say soil as mitti. Then all these things are extracted from the river and they are just sold into the market. So very high in resources. So Ganga is like Lakshmi itself. Ganga is like Saraswati itself. So Ganga has a very sacred value. Ganga has like everything in itself that is required. It can heal you. It can give you money. It can fulfill all your desires. So if you really surrender yourself in front of Ganga, then Ganga has everything, every resources in order to fulfill all your desires. So that's again been spirituality. So again, after 5 pointers, there are 4 places: Yamnotri, Gangotri, Kedarnath, Badrinath. All these 4 places, 4 rivers are coming, merging into Alaknanda. Again at the 5th point, Alaknanda is merging from Bhagirathi, and again from there it is the formation of Ganga. Then we move to and these are the 4 places: Kedarnath, Badrinath, Yamnotri, Gangotri. These are called as 4 dham of Uttarakhand, 4 dhams. And after this 4 dham, there are Panch Kedar. So Panch Kedar mein one is Kedarnath, one is Tungnath. So one is Tungnath. So there is a story like when Pandav they thought that they did a sin, they like killed their own brothers and sisters, so like they are very sinful, and for their sin they wanted to like apologize. So but they wanted Shivji to apologize, and Shivji to but Shivji wasn't like, yes, I can't give them apology, so I don't want to meet them. It's better that I hide somewhere, and once they come there, they won't be able to find me. So Bhim was like one of the very powerful person, because he was very big devotee of Bajrangbali. So Bhim just saw, what did Shivji do? Shivji took a buffalo's overall structure, and in a buffalo structure, he did go inside the soil and he hide. But he didn't remember to like the tail. He didn't remember to hide his tail. So eventually what happened, the tail got up in the land, and Bhim saw the tail, and seeing the tail, Bhim pulled the tail, and pulling the tail, what happened, Shivji didn't want to meet, so Shivji just split it into 5 different parts. So that 5 different parts is called Panch Kedar. So one of them is Kedarnath. So Kedarnath is this part, this Kedar. One is Kalpeshwar. So Kalpeshwar is like where the part is there, skull part is there, is Kalpeshwar. One of them is Tungnath, where hands are being there, is like the hand part. One of them is Madhya Maheshwar, where the Madhya part is there, where the Madhya Maheshwar is there. Madhya Maheshwar trek is like very beautiful. And one of them is Gopeshwar is there. So where the feet are there. So these are the major 5 places where we call as Panch Kedar. So Panch Kedar, all the Panch Kedar are very beautiful treks. Tungnath, Chandrashila, Kedarnath. Apart from that, Kalpeshwar, Urgam. Apart from that, Madhya Maheshwar, so is like if you wanna, apart from Kashmir, if you can say anything that yes, this is the kind of a place that is live after we after we are doing good deeds. So if we are going to heaven, this could be a place like in a heaven. So if you go to Madhya Maheshwar is straight out of the heaven. So Madhya Maheshwar is done, and Gopeshwar. So Gopeshwar is like amazing. Gopeshwar is out of very small villages, very greenery, very like the adventure trek itself is like mesmerizing, and after that the people there are very hospitable. So covering all this Panch Kedar, there are also 6 Badris. Like there are thousands of more temples in Uttarakhand that are not marketed, and that are not, there are stories of that temples are not yet marketed, but yes, they have very ancient beliefs and very high magnetic field energy that is living, and you can receive those energy from your 5 senses and understand them, and you can release it through your motorized organ. That is like, yes, you can get in connect with the Bhagwan's frequency going to those temples, and you can be into the part of a dharma. So there are a lot of temples that I'll keep exploring, and I also let you know. I'll also try to visit there. I also try to put some pictures of those temples so that the understanding could get easy. So as of now, the Uttarakhand is mostly done. The basic structure of Uttarakhand is done. That we are entering into Haridwar. From Haridwar, just right behind Haridwar, right like in front of Haridwar, there's a mountain. The mountains, where at the west side of the mountain it is like Dehradun is located, and on the east side of the mountain Haridwar is located. So that's why the eastern side of the mountain is Harikadwar, and western side of the mountain is Dehradun. So that is, and if we like climb a few steps of that mountain, we'll find Rishikesh. Like supposedly, if you are going from Haridwar to Rishikesh, it is just about crossing a mountain. And crossing a mountain, there are 2-3 ways from where you can cross a mountain. And if you can cross a mountain from one way, you will be crossing Rishikesh, and from Rishikesh you can go to Dehradun. Haridwar to Dehradun via Rishikesh is also a very adventurous scooty ride or bike ride. And at Rishikesh you can just rent a scooty, and renting a scooty is like more than enough. And renting a scooty, you can explore all the small places, because cars can only explore the major places and the traffic is too high. So it's always a good idea to rent a scooty in Rishikesh and explore the Tapovan area. So let's sum up this Uttarakhand session for today. It's been like around 25 minutes of video. We'll again connect on Uttarakhand. We'll again connect with a especially professional itinerary of Uttarakhand. This was just my geographical understanding of Uttarakhand that I shared with you. For the exact itineraries, for how we can plan it, how do we need to plan, what would be the day 1 plan, what would be the attraction we can cover, what are the accommodations we'll be staying, what are the exact activities we'll be indulging, what are the amenities available there. We'll get in connect with all these things. The accessibility part, discussing the accessibility part from your departure city to reaching Delhi or Haridwar, and right from Haridwar to internal transportation, from where how either using your public transportation or through sharing transportation or through private transportation, you can cover all these places. Again come to Haridwar and Rishikesh, and again leave for your home, while covering all the places where you can stay, where you can have your good food, and where you can meet new people, where you can find new experiences, where you can create new stories and memories. We'll discuss all these pointers again in detail. I'll just create a very good presentation of it, and we'll discuss, and we'll again accordingly move towards it. So as of now, let's sum up the video, or else it would be too long and you will have to disconnect the video either before I disconnect. So thank you, that's all from my side for today. Have an amazing day. Keep traveling.